Good to have you with us. It is a busy morning. We're going to start in Florida, where Hurricane Debby is drenching the Gulf Coast. It officially made landfall in Steinhatchee as a Category 1 storm around 7 a.m. Eastern this morning. More than 200,000 people in Florida are already without power. The governors of Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina have all declared states of emergency, getting tens of thousands of emergency responders at the ready.
Yeah, forecasters say the biggest concern for this storm is the potential for historic rain. Some areas could see up to 20 to 30 inches, which could, of course, trigger life-threatening floods. We have full team coverage of Hurricane Debby. Meteorologist Michelle Grossman standing by with the latest forecast, and Tallahassee Mayor John Daly is here to explain how Florida's capital is prepared. Let's start with NBC News correspondent Jesse Kirsch, who is on the ground in Perry, Florida.
We're in Perry, Florida, as Hurricane Debby makes its way on shore. This is a Category 1 storm, of course, bringing storm surge and high winds, which are always a concern when you're talking about a hurricane. But the potential real threat here is the possibility of catastrophic flooding in some areas along the East Coast, because this storm is moving relatively at a crawl as far as these go, and that is going to allow a lot of rain to continue falling, not just here in Florida, but as well in Georgia and South Carolina over the next days ahead throughout this week. So that is what we're going to be watching for. But right now, Debby making its way onshore along Florida's Big Bend, the Gulf Coast, the northern Gulf Coast specifically, and we're right now in an area that was hit hard by Hurricane Idalia last year, and we're bracing for more potential damage in this area right now. Back to you.
All right, Jesse, thank you.
We're joined now by the mayor of Tallahassee, John Daly. Mr. Mayor, thank you so much for joining us. We know you're about, an hour and a half northwest of where this made landfall. What's the weather like where you are right now, and how are you preparing to brace for the coming hours?
Well, we've been preparing for the past week for this hurricane and making sure that our community is safe. And you're correct. We are to the west of where Hurricane Debby made landfall. So our community is still waiting to see what the impact's going to be. We had about 10,000 customers without power. We've restored about 7,000 of those customers already. We are keeping an eye on a band that's going to come through Tallahassee between 11 o'clock in the morning and 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I think that's going to be the brunt of what we're going to see. But as you mentioned earlier, we're very concerned about the amount of rain that we're going to be taking in the Big Bend area.
Yeah, rain, the biggest concern there for the metro area there. What's your message to residents?
You know, today is a great day just to stay home. We got to stay home, allow the professionals, the great men and women of the City of Tallahassee Electric Utility Department and all of our utilities, let them do their job. Let the public safety officers, police officers, firefighters, let them do their job. And now is the day just to stay at home. And our hearts are with our neighbors to the east of us in the Big Bend area. And we're going to take care of Tallahassee, and then we'll send our crews over to take care of the other communities and help out as much as we can. That's what we do in North Florida.
What are some of the resources you have available for people, especially if, say, their homes start taking on water?
We've had our sandbag locations opened up along with the county sandbag locations all over our community, and they're still available. As long as the winds are below 30 miles per hour, if you are in desperate need of sandbags, we can get them to you. But also we've got 6 shelters that are opened up at our schools in partnership with Leon County School System. So anyone that's also coming in from the coast that wants to evacuate, we do have space as well.
All right, Mayor John Daly, continue to stay safe. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Let's bring in meteorologist Michelle Grossman for the latest track and your morning news now forecast.
Hey there, Michelle. Good morning.
Hey there, guys. Great to see you. And we just had the latest advisory come in just a few minutes ago. It has weakened a bit. Still, though, a Category 1 storm, winds at 70 miles per hour. It's going to continue to weaken in terms of those wind speeds, but the rain is going to fall for days and days. Still moving at the northeast at 10 miles per hour, but look at all this rain falling. You see those darker colors, the reds, the oranges, the yellows. That's where it is pouring. This is tropical downpours, and it's going to stay in place for a long time to come. The winds are gusting to up to 55 miles per hour in Perry, 53 miles per hour in Live Oak. So we're still seeing some winds gusting over 50 miles per hour. Again, the ground is very saturated. There's still leaves on the trees. That could bring down some trees, also some power lines. We have over 200,000 people in Florida without power. That number is probably going to grow. Here's our forecasted track. Unfortunately, remains the same. We're going to move very slowly over the next several days. We don't have steering currents. Usually steering currents, high pressures, low pressures, winds will move it out of here, or at least it's going to make it move faster. We do not have those in place. So it's going to meander over the southeast over the next several days. And this is a story that we're going to be talking about for days and most likely will make history in terms of the rainfall. So Tuesday, Wednesday, then it kind of goes over the Atlantic. It's back over land. And we're still talking about Friday and Saturday, still a tropical storm by Friday. And then by Saturday, looking at a remnant low, but still seeing that rain falling. We have tropical alerts from southern Florida through central Florida into portions of Georgia, also the Carolinas. We have tropical storm watches, hurricane warnings as well, and a whole lot of rain that we are expecting. See these darker colors here? That's corresponding to the numbers on this scale. So 15 inches in places like Charleston, Savannah, Myrtle Beach. You're going to see a whole lot of rain. Same with Brunswick. But we could see locally 20 to 30 inches of rain. That's going to create some flooding. It's also going to create some flash flooding, life-threatening, catastrophic, very, very dangerous situations. So you want to take any warnings you can now, especially in the Carolinas where we flood pretty easily there. Let's talk about some other weather news because we are looking at Midwest storms today. We have an area of low pressure, a cold front that's really draped across the northern tier of the nation, portions of the upper Midwest into the northern parts of the Ohio Valley, the interior parts of the Northeast into New England. We'll see the chance for some strong to severe storms. We're seeing some lightning even early this morning, those darker colors, as I mentioned, indicating where that heavy rain is falling. So throughout portions of Minnesota, into parts of the Great Lakes as well. 29 million people impacted, could see winds gusting up to 60 miles per hour. Some hail, a few tornadoes are possible, although that's not the highest on the risk, but still could see a few tornadoes. Otherwise, we're hot and dry in the west. We are hot and humid in the south central states. That makes it kind of soupy there, and we're only going to get hotter. We're going to be into the triple digits over the next several days. So severe storms in the northern part, but of course, the big story today will be Debby. As far as the heat alerts go, we have 31 million people impacted throughout the west, also the south central states along the Gulf Coast. And again, we'll be seeing triple digits over the next several days.
All right.
Wow. Gosh, you just come with everything.
Summer, all the summer.
So much. Michelle Grossman. It's a Monday forecast.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
It is expected to be a big week in the race for the White House as Vice President Harris is set to announce her running mate. She interviewed potential VP candidates over the weekend, according to a source familiar with those meetings. This comes as former President Trump is ramping up personal attacks on his rival. NBC News Chief White House correspondent Peter Alexander has the latest from the campaign trail.
Good morning to you. For Vice President Harris, the accelerated timeline to select a running mate is now winding down, with Harris and her yet-to-be-named pick set to appear together at a rally in Philadelphia tomorrow night. But we are getting a better sense this morning of what exactly she is looking for. A source familiar with the vice president's process telling me among her priorities, finding a potential governing partner who demonstrates competence, has chemistry with Harris, and shares her core values.
With a self-imposed deadline to announce her pick for running mate by tomorrow night, Vice President Kamala Harris hosted at least 3 contenders at her Washington residence Sunday. Arizona Senator Mark Kelly, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, and Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, who returned home late Sunday, a day after playing coy with reporters.
I'm taking my dog for a walk.
In a sign of the heightened scrutiny, Kelly deleting a tweet Sunday that read in part, "I spent my life serving in the Navy and at NASA, where the mission always comes first. Now my mission is serving Arizonans." His staff later saying it was just a standard post. His account later tweeting out, "When your country asks you to serve, you always answer the call."
Good evening.
It's unclear whether the vice president herself interviewed 3 other finalists: Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, and Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker. Since President Biden stepped down 2 weeks ago, a new poll shows Harris has erased former President Trump's advantage nationwide. And it's a statistical dead heat in those key battlegrounds. It follows Mr. Trump's weekend rally in Georgia, where he reignited an old feud against the swing state's Republican governor, Brian Kemp.
He's a disloyal guy, and he's a very average governor.
Mr. Trump also accusing the vice president of being a liberal.
We have to work hard to define her. I don't want to even define her. I just want to say who she is. She's a horror show. She'll destroy our country.
And continuing his personal attacks.
She happens to be really a low IQ individual. She really does. She has a very low IQ. We don't need a low IQ.
Now up in the air whether the two will face off in a debate next month.
Meet me on the debate stage, because as the saying goes, if you've got something to say, say it to my face.
Mr. Trump this weekend pulling out of a scheduled debate with the vice president, instead proposing a separate matchup hosted by Fox News. The Harris campaign mocking Mr. Trump on social media, writing, "It's interesting how any time, any place becomes one specific time, one specific safe space," saying she'll be there on September 10th, like he agreed to.
The VP announcement will kick off a week-long sprint for Harris and her running mate. Their appearance together in Philadelphia tomorrow night, the first of 7 rallies and events over 5 days in the country's most competitive states: Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan, North Carolina, Georgia, Arizona, and Nevada. Back to you.
All right, Peter, thank you so much.
In the Middle East, Israel bracing for retaliation strikes from Iran over last week's killing of a top Hamas leader in Tehran. This morning, the U.S. is deploying military personnel to the area to help de-escalate tensions, while President Biden and his national security team are closely monitoring this situation. For more, let's bring in NBC News international correspondent Raf Sanchez. He's in Tel Aviv for us and joins us with the latest. Good morning, Raf. How quickly does the U.S. expect Iran to attack, and how could it be different from that strike we saw in April, where they used hundreds of drones and missiles to attack Israel?
Christine, good morning. Every indication is the U.S. believes this Iranian attack on Israel is coming, and it is coming soon. President Biden due to speak this morning to the King of Jordan, a key American ally whose airspace was incredibly important in terms of intercepting those Iranian missiles back in April. Later in the day, he is convening his top national security officials in the White House Situation Room. That is as the U.S. deploys additional forces to the Middle East. That's an aircraft carrier, it's warships, it's an extra squadron of fighter jets. In terms of how this could be different from what we saw back in April, that was an Iranian attack that lasted a single night. It was several waves of drones and missiles. An Israeli official tells NBC News they are bracing for something potentially worse this time, a multi-day attack by both Iran and Hezbollah because of the assassination of that Hamas political chief in Tehran and the killing of a senior Hezbollah commander in Beirut last week. Both have vowed to retaliate against Israel. Christine.
And over the weekend, Raf, Israel hit 2 schools and a hospital compound in Gaza, and a stabbing attack carried out by a Palestinian killed 2 people in Tel Aviv. Bring us up to date there.
Yeah, another grim and bloody weekend in the region. The Israeli military hitting a series of schools where families have been sheltering after being displaced from their homes. Israel says it was targeting Hamas terrorists who have been hiding among the civilian population, sheltering in those schools. But the Gaza Health Ministry says at least 25 people were killed, most of them women and children. And then here in Israel, in the greater Tel Aviv area, there was a stabbing attack over the weekend. 2 elderly Israelis were killed in that. The attacker was then shot dead by Israeli police. But just adding to the tension of this looming Iranian Hezbollah attack is this continuing violence on the ground in Gaza and to a much lesser extent here in Israel.
And I wonder, how is the international community reacting to these latest developments in the conflict?
So we're seeing a string of warnings from the U.S., from other countries to their citizens in Lebanon, telling them to get out. There have been kind of scenes of chaos at the airport in Beirut, people scrambling before this fighting starts. There is a statement out from the G7 this morning. They are appealing for calm, saying that these tensions threaten to ignite a conflict all across the region. And then you have Secretary Blinken, Secretary Austin, who are traveling together in Asia, but they are devoting a lot of their time to trying to contain this potential conflict in the Middle East, working the phones, dealing with their counterparts. Secretary Austin speaking to the Israeli defense minister overnight. Christine.
Right, Raf, thanks so much. And we have breaking news out of Bangladesh this morning, where the prime minister has resigned after several days of deadly protests there. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina left the country this morning after nearly 100 people died in protests demanding that she step down. The protests had been going since June, but recently turned violent in reaction to a sharp military crackdown. The protesters were upset over a new policy she proposed that gave preferential treatment for public sector jobs.
Newly released surveillance video from the family of Devonte Mitchells shows the final moments leading up to his death at a Milwaukee hotel. Mitchell was pinned to the ground by security officers outside a Hyatt Regency back in June. On Friday, the Milwaukee County Medical Examiner's Office released the report on his cause of death, ruling it a homicide. NBC News correspondent Adrian Broadus joins us now with the latest on this. Adrian, good morning. So first of all, just walk us through this newly released footage. What have we learned about Mitchell's final moments? And we do want to warn viewers here, this is hard to watch video.
Yes, this video that you are looking at on your screen right now may be a challenge for some. This newly released video sheds light on what happened that day. The video from inside of the hotel shows the staff dragging Mitchell, punching him in the face repeatedly, as you see here, with a closed fist, also hitting him with their walkie-talkies and kicking him in the face. At one point, he gets up and appears to try to run away before his death there.
So, Adrian, Joe? I mean, yeah, as we mentioned, Mitchell's death was ruled a homicide by the coroner's office on Friday. What else is the ME saying about the cause of death here?
According to the medical examiner's office, and if you look on your screen, you can see the immediate cause of death was restraint asphyxia due to toxic effects of cocaine and methamphetamine, as well as other underlying health conditions. Now, that is the report from the ME's office, which was released on Friday. The same day, attorneys representing Devonte Mitchell's family shared this video from inside of that hotel with members of the media. Joe?
And Ben Crump, the attorney for the Mitchell family, he's comparing this case to the murder of George Floyd. He also says the medical examiner's ruling demands, quote, immediate charges. We do know sometimes in situations medical examiners declare something a homicide. We don't necessarily see criminal charges. What do we know at this point? Where does the investigation stand?
So let's start with that. I did speak with a representative from the ME's office, and I was told that they should have a complete autopsy report within the next 2 weeks. That was what they told me last week when I checked in. Meanwhile, as you mentioned, attorneys for the family, including high-profile attorney Ben Crump, have compared this to the killing of George Floyd. But we do need to be clear, these are not sworn-in police officers. George Floyd was killed by a former police officer. But Ben Crump and members of the family say it should not take this long to initiate charges. That is what they want based on the video evidence seen here. Now, police have said Devonte Mitchell entered that hotel that day and caused a disturbance. We don't know what the disturbance was. Whatever the disturbance was, Mitchell's family as well as Attorney Crump say it did not, shouldn't have led to this type of activity by those employees who have been terminated.
All right, Adrian, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.